So today we're talking about the same day industry, and if you run a small independent same day courier company, I'd like you to get in contact with me. And the reason for which is all of the time that I've been involved in the same day sector, there's again a few things that I've learned over the years. So the first thing I've really learned is that work is difficult to find. You know, it is effectively, there's lots of players in the marketplace, all of which are doing the same job, moving goods from A to B. So how do you differentiate yourself? Looking for the needle in a haystack as well is a little bit of a challenge. So getting work full stop is quite difficult. We all know that it's very lucrative once you find that work, but it's getting out there and seeking out those individual opportunities. So that's tough. The second one is that it's inconsistent. Throughout the course of the year, you will be seeing that turnover and profit is up and down over the course of the year. Now, what that means is essentially you have to resource for those peaks in what you're doing, and then obviously those troughs that you're hitting at various different points of the year, you're paying for the infrastructure to handle the peaks. So that's where your loss-making position kind of comes into play. So again, it's really difficult once you've got the work to keep those wheels rolling on a daily basis, which is what all same-day courier companies need to be able to do. The third thing is that there is a ceiling locally as to what you can do. So when you're out pitching to local businesses, and let's say you've been in existence for a long time, it is very, very difficult to really plan for increases in your turnover when you've reached that saturation in your local area. If you've gone and knocked on the doors of one particular prospect over the course of years of you being in that area, what's to say the next time you knock on their door you're going to be able to win the business? So that's a real challenge as well. You know, once you hit that kind of ceiling locally, where do you go from there? Okay, and then the fourth thing really is that scaling a same day courier company is again relentless. There's a fine line between over resourcing to cover those peaks, and then under resourcing because the quiet days need to be paid for effectively. So, you know, needless to say, you know, for me, what I found when I was running a same day courier company down in Southampton is that Pro Plus and Red Bull really became my new best friends, and the reason why I say that is that I would effectively be driving the business development in the business on a day-to-day basis, and I would have my fleet of vehicles and my drivers kind of out there doing the same day jobs during the day, but at night time it was very difficult for me to pay the drivers the retainer to be on call. And what that meant was that effectively, if a job came in at midnight, it was muggins here jumping into one of the vehicles and doing a kind of night run. Now, what that would do is have a knock-on effect to the next day because I'd be, you know, really, really tired, and then I would have to pick myself up to do the business development in the local area as well. So it's quite hard work, yeah, and we all kind of realise that. Some of the things that we've done here at Diamond Logistics is we've combated some of those challenges. Now, first off, the work being difficult to find, well, what we do is rather than looking for the needle in a haystack, we shape that haystack. So we've got additional service provisions in our business model that allows us to go in with slightly different angles. So in terms of creating a USP, if I walk into a prospect that I know has a same day opportunity, but they're reluctant to give it to a new supplier because they've got a great relationship with their pre-existing same day courier company, then effectively I look at what other areas of their logistics I can potentially add value in. So if it comes down to them having problems with their express parcel provision, then that's my opportunity to say to this potential same day client, okay, you may not be comfortable in moving your same day across to us. I absolutely understand that, but let's have a look at this other area, the other challenges that you've got maybe in your express parcels. And then what I've done is I've got my foot in the door. Then what I'm able to do is build the rapport and the relationship with the client such that it allows me to chip away at that same day and win that same day business off of the back of the good service that we're giving that customer on their express parcel side. What that means also is that price doesn't become my USP. It means that I'm able to show them the value in utilising Diamond Logistics as a service provider, and then offer them that very same high level of service that they've come to know and like on the express parcels on the same day side of things. The inconsistency, the ebbs and flows of same day, we've combated by layering in those additional services as well. Overnights are not as up and down as same day is, so it means that you're far steadier when it comes to that side. You get to even out those ebbs and flows across the three service provisions. Likewise, fulfillment, you get different peaks at different times of the year, and that combats what's going on the same day side of things. When it comes to the seeding locally, well, our business model isn't one service reliant, so it means that we can really scale our businesses at a local level to multi-million pounds businesses in the local area. That also means that we can bring in international trade into our fulfillment centres, which means that it's not just about the local, it's about the global offering that we're able to offer our clients. When it comes to the scaling, what we do is we add dual resources available to us within our business. You tend to find that fulfillment is bottlenecked, the activity is bottlenecked for first thing in the morning. As you can imagine, lots of people get home late at night. They then order relentlessly on eBay and Amazon and the likes of, which means that first thing in the morning our fulfillment centres are really, really busy. Okay, so that's when we're doing the vast majority of the picking and the packing and the dispatching side of things. Then it means that in the afternoon, when fulfillment is quiet, you then have additional resources available to you when it comes to the same day side of things. And again, because our collections on our express parcel, as you can imagine, is kind of geared towards the afternoons. Most customers want an afternoon collection. That means that we have resources there that are catering for the collections in the afternoon that are then able to do the same days in the morning. So you end up with these resources that flip over, and it means that you're able to cover the vast majority of those resource costs in the other services, the core services that those individuals are doing within the business. And then what it does, it means that you've got this extra resource available for your same day. So you don't get this scenario whereby you don't have enough resources and the next minute you haven't got enough or too much, etc. We're able to kind of flip those resources around a little bit to be able to cope with the demands on those various different products. So if any of that resonates with you, I'd like you to get in contact with me. You can contact me through LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile is linkedin.com/in/Daniel Allen. And then you can message me on there. You'll also find my work contact details on there as well. Also, I'd urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is The Logistics Guru. If you put that into YouTube, lots of new content being put on there on a daily basis, so it means that you can keep abreast of some solid advice that I'm able to give to the industry. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Take care.